getting the ingredients for the dissolution of time. But that wasn't out for all of the beta. That's just always been in your concoction list to like remove Chronos, but you just can't get the ingredients, and that they finally have. I mean, you have to know that that's the like way, like what we're doing for the game. I thought I had that like since early on. That didn't. That's not. Yeah, but no, it's not like an item I have. It's something that like they told me that this recipe existed, and then that I've never been able to find the ingredients for until this last set came out. It's the invocations or whatever you do with the pot. There's one in specific that takes like high level stuff that I actually still don't even know like what gives you that stuff. But I think in like version 1.0 they have finally put that stuff in the game, and I don't know what that I haven't figured out what that stuff is, but I have had victory runs on bottom and top, and I was at like where you get that wall of like you know from the first one where you can increase difficulty in various ways. um I had like maybe 10 yeah, like level 10 of that difficulty built up, and I was working towards that like next like maybe level 16 or whatever was the next like thing where you get some sort of actual reward for doing it. um I mean, no spoilers. You have to know the whole point of the game is to beat up time. I didn't know that they would give us the access to those concoctions in a different order. Or maybe they haven't, and maybe there's just something specific you haven't done yet. I do not know. Okay, yeah, it might just be like what that turns into on the next one. Like, there's a specific concoction eventually will turn into something I said earlier that I won't repeat, and it it just takes down the barriers, but I've never been able to take down the barriers, so it's just something I have seen. It's a lot of really cool weapons in there. Oh yeah, they all have very different play styles. I love Hades one. I'll hear no negativity about Hades one. It's a perfect game. Hades 2 somehow more perfect. Hello. I'm looking for my page. I might have to go get my other notebook. I don't know where all my data is. One sec. Still trying to find my page, but I think I have the right notebook now. There's all the health totals. Oh, you think so? Oh, no deception. Trickery? Trickery. Oh, there we go. Let me just try to parse my notes here, because as D&D notes go, it's I have the battle notebook here. Give me just a second. Okay, I've crossed out. Okay, I'm gonna try to like parse this. Uh, okay, we're back. We're back with part two of our final battle. Part four, really, but part two of this phase, the last phase. We combated the hunger in this ever shifting environment. The reality keeps changing every turn. It seems to be getting more intense through every shard of reality that the hunger throws down onto the field. It changes. You guys have been in very like lava terrain. Lightning has struck here and there. You've been in a storm one, but nothing's really gone on. And I'm going to be honest, it's because I forgot the entire turn to do anything. But I did write it down so I won't forget. In this battle, Yi has ascended to like godhood of some kind. He's taken his place up in the air with Hadar, who really isn't giving help, but is sort of watching Yi in a like mentor giving a test like fashion, right? Even though it's not her test, but she's still like, you know what I mean? She's like watching over, like judging how things are going. In this combat, we have lost all of our allies. Davenport and Lady Death. Jeff is still alive. He has not taken a lot of damage, though I think Yi, you're keeping up with his health, right? That's right. Okay, that's right. That's right. You did have to res him. Um, Lady Death is gone. Davenport's gone. And you guys have just fought off the assault of the hunger. You've done a lot of damage. You've taken out 3 of the 4 floating orbs around the hunger. You have learned that you are inside the hunger. So while there is a characterization of that swathing over the sky in front of you or above you, the dome is the hunger. It's all the hunger around here. And so you've learned that you can assault the dome to assault the hunger. Um, and you've done that. I think I have it at an initiative. I have it marked here. I'm just trying to go through my notes here and make sure that I'm not forgetting anything else. Yi, remember your legendary actions. I think you've used all of your legendary resistances. At the start of your turn, you get new ones every turn. Not the resistances, but the actions, which can be done at the end of anyone's turn. Um, and yeah. This cool boss fight has given me such good ideas for the next end game like style, like mechanics to use and things that would be weird to shoot pigeonhorn in now. But you guys have this has been really fun and inspiring. Um, yeah. Do you have did I give you a character sheet for Jeff? Did I send you an image of this? Okay, stellar. Wondering why I had that written down. Okay. And this hasn't, this has been a slog so far, but we're in it. In media res. Currently standing, let me pull up our roll 20 really quick, just so I have the visual you guys are seeing. Let's move that over here. That's what it's I've had up to 3 before, but I really only need most of it's in like a physical. I guess I do have a third monitor, right? I have it all, you know what I mean? Uh so I do feel like I have a third monitor. Come on. Ooh. Nah, don't do that. Nah, 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 nah. Please work with me. Please work with me. I still am fully coming up with warlock meta where your god is the DM of your own campaign. I think that that's so cool and fun. Yes, yeah, 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 where you're like the DM as the person crafting the world in front of you. Um I don't know how far that goes. Do you know about the other players playing the people? I do not know. Do you know that there's someone playing you? I do not know. But it's coming along. It's a lot of fun, like meta access to things. One day when I get it figured out, which is really just I have to sit down and do it. Okay. Uh, Yee. No, first in the order for this evening, just to recover ourselves visually, we stand atop the unfolded platform that was once the ship that we traversed the multiverse through. Inside of the hunger, it has unfolded into like a platform with the giant bond engine behind you guys, which Yi has used a bit of to claim some of this godhood. um Bond engine circles, rhythmically behind you guys. You stand on this platform. You are inside of a swirling, like, vortex of whipping winds. Imagine, like, Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, the giant tornado. It's surrounding her, and there's a cow flying, like, this intense of whirlwinds. There's lightning that is raking across the edges of it. You can see little tears and sparks of that multiversal color seeping through. And you guys haven't tested what stepping off of this is like, though the other atmospheres have been kind of true to form. So I think that it would be a safe, bet at the moment to imagine stepping off is like stepping off into just air. You're in the eye of a tornado, and at the start of Tim's turn, I need a dexterity saving throw just for Tim. Yeah. What's coming? I don't know what to tell you, man. A strand of the lightning raking across the storm peels off like a little tendril of plasma and just rakes across your back. Like the natural lightning of this place is unnaturally moving through the air around you. You are going to take some damage. Let's open up some box here. Doobie doobie doo. You are going to take right into my lap. 8 points of lightning damage. And then it is your turn. Anyone know what this green circle is? Yeah. Yeah, let's just say it's been up for 4. That feels a good safe bet. Yeah, it's either 4 or 5, and I'll give you the benefit of the doubt because we're in the last fight. Mm-mm. Sickening Radiance is this red one because it's intersecting with the edge of it. You know what I mean? I think the green. I think it. I think it was, but I don't. Yeah, I think it did. We're just gonna remove it because it was probably a one-turn thing. And since I don't know what the effect is, there's no point in having it down. It's a good fight. It's a good fight. This would be a hella good anime. Just listen. No, unfortunately, because this is someone else's IP entirely. Yeah. Not really here, but like, you know what I mean? It is still their IP. Yeah, it's entirely their IP. We can't profit on it. We can play in it. We can't profit on it though. Your turn's coming up. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I hope you guys didn't think I meant by like this session, like next time we play, which can be next time we can get together. No. You so far the dome works. I think what you have found is the dome is you're seemingly, if I recall, you're moving up to be able to do something to you were like moving your way vertically to assess to like attack the actual form, but you have found that like on your way you're like blasting the ball just right behind you. You know what I mean? Like any part of the dome does work. Mm-mm. Dexterity saving throw. The dome fails. It doesn't suffer, but what is sickening radiance? Could you refresh us on that? Okay. Okay, so currently it's just a damaging thing. You had but also this hunger is under the effects, I believe, of synaptic static at the moment too. It hasn't saved against that. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, yeah. And he gets a save at the I I thought you did synaptic static and then next turn sickening radiance. Sorry, what's up, Buddha? G4. Oh yeah, a +1 to all rolls that you make. We're including damage. We're making anytime you roll, you can add one or subtract one if it helps you more to subtract it for any reason. Yes. Oh, cool. Mm-hmm. First, roll a d20, just a straight d20. We've changed this a little bit because of what Buddha has done. Yes. What Korik has been we have learned that every time you hit it, you're striking one out of 1,000 realities, right? And in some realities, it's resistant, and some it's vulnerable. So there's always a dice roll to see what you hit. But Buddha has like used your ways to make the poison invulnerability go down. Uh, so our scale has shifted, just so you have a better chance to deal full damage. What was the D20? Okay. Nice. Okay. You can give me a perception check. +1. Now you get a +1. You did strike the dome, almost like you just hit it back after light, like shocking you with lightning. You're like, oh yeah, I got you back, but uh, you know, it's good. I will say that the stats are gonna look a little different. They're still gonna feel and play the same way as D&D, but they will look different on your sheet. I'm excited. Uh, I think that if I recall, you weren't up to the point you wanted to be for some. Like, I think you want to. If I recall, you were moving vertical. We'll put you at about halfway just when we start your turn, so that we have a physical place for you to be. You are about 60 feet up in the air. I just dropped a pin inside of my beer. You're 60 feet up in the air. That sucks. Um, so, you're about 60 feet up of 150 if you wanted to be in physical touch range for any reason. Had to finish that beer to do that. That might be why you're going up, because the orb is like right around it. So even if it's maybe 20 feet away, it's still probably about 90 feet from you. You do. Yeah. Yeah, you asked, I gave you the info. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. 15 does hit. Just roll all three because it's got a bit of health left. I'll be right back. I have to go get another pin because that pin is fucking useless now. Okay. They all hit, definitely. I love real dice. Real dice. I know. I just vote for it. Ooh. Oh, very pretty. Yeah, you guys did not roll well, I will say, last session. I have a lot I have a lot of damage markers on like a ton of different sources of damage to the hunger. Yeah. Well, 4d10 plus 3 because those are 3 different rolls. Mm-hmm. 7 total. I need you to roll a d20 as well. That's cute. Just for each time you rolled. No, 3 total. The crit is, yeah. Yeah, 26. That was the plus. That's the plus one we're talking about. But it's just because it's 3 different damage rolls that are all stacked together. Yeah. 26. Yes. And roll a d20. 14 again. All right. Look at that. Okay. Uh at the end of your turn, I need you to make another dexterity saving throw. It's coming for you. The arms burst out of the tempest around you like 100 shadowy arms trying to wrap you up. An 18 does work. You are so fast. It's a really cool scene above you guys as Tim is just diving and ducking around as these hands spiral out to try to grab him and can't quite do it. Yi, it is your turn. Oh wait, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw at the start of your turn. And then you can ask. Sorry. 19's great. Another one of those tendrils of plasma tries to just arc right through your space, but you do a little phase next to where we're sitting before. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, you've been hitting the hunger above you with your like godly powers. I think from where where you're like in the center of all of this. So you're probably about, you know, 75 or so feet above you, but you've been like, breaking the expanse of infinite space with your godly powers to remain where you're at and to just keep hitting him. I think we're doing like arcana checks as like your religion focused thing to see how well you wield your godly powers. Or you can take a movement to get out of that center and closer to the dome. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Really good with a purple worm? No. Animal handling? Okay. 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 Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. To hit? To hit does not do it. It just seems to extend up a little further, right? As you try to whip it, it seems to ever elongate above your dagger. And that dagger falls through the air, coated in purple worm poison as it falls. Yeah, fair, fair. There's no floor to this space as well as I guess. I mean, no. Mm, It as it falls, you see it starts to get picked up by the wind, and it's just like flying around in this space like a nightmare blade. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I found it. I found it. I found it. Hold on, I found it. I was like, hold on, you missed though. You can't then hit. Ding, 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 ding. No, yeah, it just picks up speed and starts whipping around, and then you summon it back to your hand to avoid being hit with your own poison. You have an extra attack, right? Hmm. Unless you've gotten it from something else, like the rogue's bonus. Okay. Yeah, yeah, with your bonus action. For sure. Yeah. 19 hits. Fails the con save. 12d6. Oh yeah, you'll give me that whole total. $12d6. Plus 1. 53. Roll a d20, and if you roll well, you can do it. Do it. you can a 17 does not do it, but a 17 does good damage. That was just so high that if it turned out it was vulnerable, it would have just died. I won't tell you that yet. Anything? Yeah, but we've forgotten that now, and no one wrote it down, so it's great. That's great. You're the one doing it. Is that the end of your turn? At the end of your turn, I need Toxic to make another dexterity saving throw. The arms are chasing you down, brother. Mm-hmm. They're trying after you. It's a good sequence of where you're up and down and spiraling. No, these are legendary actions. You are trying to beat a 15. One wrong turn in the sky brings you face to face with one of the arms extending out. And as it hits you and blocks you for just a second, it's enough for all of the arms to grab you and just wrap around you. As a legendary action or as the dagger that you threw? As a legendary action. Okay. It's gonna take some sort of like Arcana check to blow them off of him. First you got to hit, and then you have to like I'll let you do damage, but to like blow them off of him in that cool godly way that you have been doing throughout the fight, that will require like a god check. So first roll to hit. Yeah, that hits. You do not have that on your dagger again. It's a one-time use. Yeah, yeah, and you have to object interact to like code it. You will need a DC 17 Arcana check in order to, like blow open with enough force the space that Tim needs to make that an escape and not a. 16 unfortunately does not cut it. You do roll just a d20 for me. Okay. Okay. It still does some damage, but it does not open that up. Jeff's turn. Yep. Hell yeah. Come on, Jeff. Kill the hunger. Imagine the stories they would tell of Jeff soloing the hunger. Yeah. 14 does not hit. It just is winds whipping around his sword as he's trying to strike true. Oh, wait. I also need a dexterity saving throw at the start of Jeff's turn, right before he does that. Ooh, yeah, he does the sidestep of the plasma tendril and outshoots his arm, but doesn't make any contact with the dome. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, well, it makes him let it take a second action, but yeah, great. Okay. And dun, 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 dun. Mm. That's a hit. Let's go, Jeff. Jeff is one-handing the sword because he has a shield out at the moment. He's been protection fighting. Okay. The D8 plus, yeah, D8 plus 4 damage. Roll a D20. Went? No? What? No, he didn't. On a natural roll of a 19. No, that was. I know. I'm looking at it. Roll 20. The 3 rolls that Yi has made this turn are the roll D20 plus 4, which equaled 13 for his attack, and then I had him go back and roll a dexterity saving throw. That was the good one he rolled, so he didn't take the damage, and then he rolled his second attack. which total 19. But that second one that was a natural 19 wasn't an attack. No. Mm-hmm. It's D20. Okay. Jeff damaged. Good job, Jeff. We like that. Um, at the end of Jeff's turn, Tim is pulled close to the edge of the barrier. Buddha, you are next up, and after a dexterity saving throw with your passive perception, you know that this is bad for Tim. You know that this is bad for Tim. It is your turn. Dexterity saving throw. Yes. Okay. You are going to take a little bit of lightning damage. Oof, 15 points of lightning damage as a couple of those tendrils just come down your giant barked exterior. Mm. Yeah. Mhm. Okay. Mm, I think so. I think you should benefit from this. That makes sense. Yeah. Oh wow. All right, big spell. Failure. Yeah. Yeah. And that's upcast to level 7. Okay, cool. Doesn't seem to have dropped into roll 20. No. Ah, the second one came through. 49 and another 9 from what? Oh, I understand. Yeah, yeah. Heard. 49 and another 9 is 50. 58. Uh he already got the +1 in there. Roll a d20. You cast out a powerful expulsion of magic, a 3, and grab these plasma tendrils, wrap them together, and blast them forward as a really sick beam of lightning, and it rakes across the edge of the hunger. Doesn't seem to respond too much to it, but you know that everything you've been doing is still causing damage. Actually, with your passive perception, yeah. You're good. You're good. Yeah, still causing a little bit of damage here and there. I would imagine that my brain has had me pulling him like over towards this direction. He's just about 50 to 60 feet above your head. Okay. Yee. I I'm just gonna say that it's kind of on your shoulders if Tim doesn't take a fuckload of damage here. Mm, I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. I'm gonna call it a Arcana DC 15, and then a sleight of hand check DC 20. Arcana to just be able to do your god thing on the first bit. Not that one. Not that one. He's gonna take a lot of damage. +1 is 15. Okay, now give me a sleight of hand check to see how this ends up. That was a great lucky egg use. The perfect roll on it. Yep. Yep. You reach out. You I think that with that you burn your your legendary actions, but you are able to just reach Tim and break those binds as he is like his wings shoot out to keep him from literally going into the storm. He is like right up against the wall. Um Not like because the storm, it would be like you being on, like Saturn is like a planet-wide storm, right? You know what I mean? It would be like you controlling you didn't create this storm, so you're not quite controlling it, but you can still like utilize call lightning as you would. Yeah, yeah. Um okay, it is the Hunger's turn. Nice. Okay. Okay. Uh yeah, yeah. Let's see. Without the D6, we're at a 19. D6 minus 2 is a 17. So he does pass, but he takes half damage. I believe. And you still have the he doesn't take half damage. Okay. Just passes. The Hunger is going to first. It's going to let's see what's fun. What's fun? It's done with you stopping it. So it is going to first rain down some blows on you. On its first attack roll, definitely. That's a good reminder. That is a 16 on the first one. 16 hits. Then I will mark second hits, third hits, fourth is a natural 20. Here it comes. Lots of just a sky of fists coming at ye. No. Jeff's a real boy. Jeff's a real boy. Okay, so I am rolling 5d10 plus 24, just so that you know what's coming in at you. Pretty low. 15 plus 24. It's really low. Is 39 points of damage to you. Magical bludgeoning damage. Down. Yee's throne fades beneath him, and he starts just free falling through the air. He's about 60 feet up, right? He's in the center. So if he falls 60 feet, he will cross the dome, or I guess like more like 75 feet, he will cross the dome. But I will tell you that terminal velocity in D&D, you are reached within seconds. So on Yee's next turn, he will be crossing the barrier at, we'll say, the end of his turn, in case there's anything that occurs on his turn. But he will just into the hunger. No, he'll fall. Like he's sits in the center. He's been sitting up on a throne of magic and god power, but now that he is unconscious, that throne has dissipated and he is just free falling downwards. And you're in a no, he's not above your platform. You're just in like a mile high, tornado. But as good point that you pointed out, it did make me consider the fact that it isn't just a semicircle dome, it's a full sphere that you guys are in, right? And so if Yi is like kind of up near the top, he's just about halfway up the dome. That would put him about 3/4 up if he just has a free fall. But terminal velocity, you reach so fast and you fall so fast that he still falls that far in 6 seconds, so about by the end of his next turn. But let me actually just look this up just in case I'm wrong. I think velocity of a body. How fast do you reach terminal velocity? Ten to 12 seconds of free fall. The thing is that so that's 2 turns that you will reach 120 miles of falling speed. Like, I still think in one term, even if we it is a massive scale upwards, but even if we have it, you're falling 60 miles an hour. You're gonna fall 60 feet like that. Hold on. Now I just want to know now how many feet in a mile. You're going 60 miles an hour. Yeah. 1 mile an hour is 5,000 feet. This would take me quite a bit longer to get to the bottom of, but I am just going to assume that you would have fallen more than 60 feet. In 6 seconds. So, because we're moving at 60 miles, multiply that by 60, blah, 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 divide. In 6 seconds. He is about 60 feet above you, and I'll say that actually, yeah, he's 60 feet above you, and about 75 feet below you is where the bottom is. So he's got actually about 100 feet to fall. 100%. Um, and then the yellow orb flashes, and it is going to point down onto. I'm gonna pull up my roll 20 again. Where's this? That's over here. It's going to trace a line with its finger across this battlefield, and I will. Yeah, we can consider this one a spell. Actually, just give me a luck check. Give me a luck check, because it's we're crossing the. I have not given him any spells, but I think that there's a reality this could be a spell. So 10 or above, 17. It is a spell this time. It's a counter spell. I will need. We're gonna say that it is a 4th level spell, like equivalent of. So I do need a check from you of some kind, but it's on the lower end of those checks. I don't know what the math is on counterspell. 4th level. Yes, yes, it does. Or there you go. Okay. You see the wall of lightning start to just clip in on both sides, and you throw your hands up in the middle of it like Noah parting the sea, and just crash the lightning back into the storm around you. Hey, finally, that's good stuff. Okay. Uh, Tim, we're at your turn. Your ally falls free fall in front of you, the hunger above you. Ooh, that's so much sorcery points. Yeah, man. Cone of Cold, I'm imagining is a constitution saving throw. Ooh. Synaptic Static, though, I do want to roll for on its turn. It is still Synaptic Static. It did. So, constitution saving throw, I imagine, Cone of Cold. Okay, the first one, this might be important, is minus a d6. A 17, so the first one succeeds. The second one could not succeed. That is a failure. Yeah, yeah, it's coming. Yeah, you could just turn around and touch the dome. Oh, yeah. You know? And I apologize, Yi, you will fall below that at the end of Buddha's turn, not at the end of your turn. D20. You turn around. Vulnerable, finally. You turn around and mad that it tried to eviscerate you, just open up a full fire hose of cone of cold, and start just erasing. As you move your arms across it, there's just a swath of almost nothingness where you stand currently, and there's a brief uh, shudder in the world around you, and cracks start to form out from that erasure mark. Um, but I will say, I mean, it's your turn, Tim. Give me a perception check or an insight roll, one of the two, just to give you info. Doesn't matter. 13. The shudder and the way that it's cracking and just the raw power that you gave off, you feel like this is like you're in the throes of a dying beast. It is, you feel like it is dying, but that it's so immense and so much that even that is going to take some time. Actually, that's a good point. The orb cracks and shatters into like a mist of golden dust that seems to resonate around the characterization of the hunger in the sky, the giant bipedal humanoid thing. And that's what it does. It looks like the orb has had to, like, has cracked and given out some magic to hold its form together in what time it has left. How much movement do you have? You can get pretty close to Yi. You're like 15 feet from him. Great. That's where you were. That's where I imagined you were. Where was your little token? Oh yeah, because when you were pulled, you would have been pulled like up against the thing. Uh, when it was like, yeah, I hadn't moved you. But if you like movement wise, you would be about, I think, here. I'm trying to mark it, but it won't let me. You would be like about here, trying to get to Yi. No, like there. He's in the middle. He's above all of this, but technically he's about positioned here physically. I moved him to the dead center of the circle. No, not anymore. Now that you've flown to him. Yes. But you've used your movement, and at the end of Buddha's turn, he is falling. Um. Hmm. I don't know. We're on my final cool mechanic. It's in death throes. You do what you want, and I'll explain the mechanic after. You consider. I'll be right back. Or do shoot it and roll. Okay. You shot a few more souls. Okay. So I am not even going to ask for damage on these. I want you to roll 3d20s. Yep. Yeah, it's your no. They're just this is to like this is the vulnerability check that we're checking right now. Yeah. 18, 14, and 9. Okay, so firing off your eldritch blasts as you run as you race towards your falling partner. A few of them hit those crack spots and seem to spider web cracks out further. The third one just kind of dissipates into the smoke, and the cracks are forming. Basically, it is on a countdown clock now. Each source of damage will trigger that clock further. Some, if it's vulnerable, triggers it even more. Some, if it's not vulnerable, triggers it even less. You have triggered it multiple times with those shots. But it still has a timer. And at the end of your turn, it is going to try to strike you out of the sky with by like forming what erratic lightning is in this space left. I need a dexterity saving throw. That's a pass. You expertly do a barrel roll and dodge out of the way of this massive thread of lightning. Yeah. We move to Yee's turn. I need a death saving throw. +1. Oh, did you add +1 to those 3, Toxic? Okay. One success. At the end of your turn, it is going to Korik. I need dexterity saving throw from you. Hmm? Okay, I was gonna say you can't use them for sure. You can use them at the end of Jeff's turn because you can use them at the end of another character's turn. So at the end of your turn, it's doing a thing, and then it's Jeff's turn, and then I will allow you to use all 3 to like God powers yourself back up. I like that. That's really cool. Ooh. That's fucking choice, my guy. Korik, you step forward. You start to amass this energy for cure wounds, and your arms are bound down to your side, and you're like you can feel it. You are wrapped in these tendrils, and you're about to be drug backwards and up and into the hunger. Jeff's turn. Jeff, save him! Jeff's gonna run over. Hold on. Let's make sure Jeff can get there. He might have. I think he's got javelins. He can't quite make it there with his longsword. Okay. Strikes true. What an absolute fucking unit on the battlefield, this level 4 fighter. Absolutely crazy. I mean, what I didn't consider is that like every single time anything else is focused on for even one moment, you are given a breath of reprieve. And so even if it's a dude with 1 HP, if you can keep him alive, he can still be he's always a target, and that is so helpful. Level 4 fighter. Absolutely crazy. To throw is dexterity and proficiency also, which Jeff has a +2. Come on, Jeff. Come on, Jeff. Hey, that's a hit. Roll me Jeff's second attack because he has 2 attacks. That's a hit. Okay, so if you're gonna get to roll 2d20 to trigger vulnerability or resistance. If you get 2 ticks on this clock, I'll let Korik do it at the start of his turn so he can still use his turn because usually this kind of stuff is at the end of your turn. 18 and 5. That's 2 ticks on the clock. So Korik, at the start of your turn, you can do the fight at the end. Well, first we need 2 things at the end of Jeff's turn. One, we need you use your 3 reactions. Give me an Arcana check. I'll say DC 15 because you're using these reactions, and Hadar is giving you, her eye of approval or whatever. Sorry, I was trying to get over a burp. Because Hadar is like giving that approval to you, also have, my God, advantage. Holy shit! You needed to roll high for that to happen. Yeah. The course of darkness swirls around you, red black light, and you stop falling, and your throne appears beneath you and slowly like embraces you and pulls you down into a sitting position. Hmm. I'll give you a third level cure wounds. So that should be 4d8, no, 5d8 of health. I don't know why that. I simply don't know why it would have been 5d8. I'm gonna take the 8, and the 2, the first 3 rolls of that because it should have been 3d8. But 18 points of health. Cough up a little bit of blood and ink, and your tentacles itch with rage at someone who would dared to have attacked you. And then it, let's see, it's gonna pull Buddha into position at the end of Jeff's turn, but at the start of your turn, you can fight it and still have your turn because of what you did, or what Jeff did. No, because he's rolling on this countdown clock. The shatters and the spider webbing of like glass has intensified because of what Jeff did. Okay. I love that. Maybe there will be some sort of advantage to that because it's not really going to be moving, but there will be some sort of advantage. Yeah, something like that. A lower save or something. Yeah, I mean that's a great point. Really, I think the slowing down is why Buddha gets it on the beginning of his turn because it was only two of possible. I think like four hits or knocks on the clock. They're gonna write. I mean, they write ballads, sure, about the super powerful people, right? But think about the one dude that definitely shouldn't have survived. Yes, your turn. Ooh. Ooh. Oh wait, did you roll to break out of the he allowed you to roll at the start of your turn. Did we do that roll? I'll let it be a spell attack roll, but it's going to be a contest between like you and him. And I will let you know what that contest. Ooh, it's low. It is a DC 14. That's about as low as it could be for him. Easy. You burst with a cloud of magical energy, run forward, cure wounds your allies. Anything else on your turn? Is mass cure an action? Then you can use. Oh, but you, in order to take the second, you have to take the attack action on your turn. Right, right. Yeah. No, no, no. Yeah, yeah. I had to look that up to clarify. Yes, yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, no. It has to. You have to do an attack first. No, because the hand crossbow has the loading property. But with a dagger, yes. You, where do you go? Right there. I would. I mean, at this point, it does like it. Uh, yeah. At this point, they look a lot more physical. You know, I bet you would probably imagine you could like start prying shit off of this dome. You know, as to what that means narratively, it's hard to parse, but mm, I mean, there's a world where I'll allow this to do a tick on this marker. First make a spell attack roll versus his AC, we'll say. I like the use of this fun like niche in a niche way. Spell attack roll against his AC. Yeah. Oh wait, that's your wait, yeah, spell attack. It just can't quite get a grip, but the idea is there. I think that that's definitely a pretty cool effect. Um, at the end of your turn, 15-foot dome appears here. I need you and Jeff to make. Where is it at? Intelligence saving throws. Ooh, two failures. It's going to be. Shit, drop the dice. I don't know where some of my dice are, and it's weird. Just a few dice have gone missing. Wow. Wow. 9 points of psychic damage to you and Jeff. Um he's still up. Jeff has gone down. On the Hunger's turn, it is going to assault. I'm actually going to say I'm going to need Yi and Tim to make strength saving throws. Sorry. All right. All right. 17. Boo. Uh Tim, you take 8 psychic damage. Yi, you take 17 psychic damage. Um Sorry. Thunder damage. Thank you. Uh yes, 8 is save, 17 is fail. And then it is going after Buddha, yeah. Yes. He did not. He did not. He passes the con save, natural 18. The save for the other one comes at the end. Ooh. 23. So he's at. He would have to roll 6. He'd have to roll a 6. No, because 18 on the die, plus if it's a con save, he would be at. Yeah. No. I rolled a 5, so he does pass. But the reminder is fantastic. No, unfortunately, just because we haven't been. But maybe there's a world. Maybe there's a world. Maybe we talked about it last time. I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's see. I think the biggest danger is there in the middle. So I need the two of you to also make charisma saving throws. You're just getting black. Correct. That definitely passes. Yes. Yi, you take 18 radiant damage, and Toxic, you take 9 radiant damage. It's just nuking off like explosions of magic energy around the two of you because there's two clustered and it's trying to focus in. Again, yes, 9. You guys recognize this as an animal in its like just fighting against a corner, right? It's lost all like stratagem realistically and is just like trying to blow you up. Okay. Yeah, if you've still got one left. I didn't think you did, but if you've got them marked probably. Yeah. Well, that one could be important. You turn that into a success. Yeah. No. You just turn into a success. Legendary resistance. No, yeah, you get advantage. Yeah. No. Now I have to look it up. I'm pretty sure you just turn it into a success, but yeah, you automatically succeed. Um. Okay. Instead, you only take 8. Okay. Cracks continue to spiderweb out. Next up, we got Tim. This is what is the synaptic static at the end of its turn? What is that? Uh it passed that with a 19. I believe synaptic static comes to an end. Finally, because he's been rolling shit poor on getting rid of that. Okay. Does it still you need a constitution saving throw? Do you still need the -6? But is it at -6 still? Okay. Uh it fails. Don't worry about the damage, just roll for vulnerability. Yes, 1d20. Uh, 12 does you see more spiderweb start to form? It does tick the clock down a little bit. Yeah. Sources of damage are what you need. 18 hits. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, roll three d20. Tim, toxic. Toxic or Tim, one of you two, for me and for us and for even whatever, whatever audience we've got. Describe the kill, my man. Yeah, tell me all about this. How does this it's like a pop of confetti that just limply falls down. I mean, yeah, anything you want to give, I'll add on top of. Yeah, you launch off three limp streams of confetti and handkerchiefs that hit the edge of the barrier, sending an immense amount of spiderwebs around the sphere around you guys. The storm pauses like in a movie, just stops in place. Silence for a brief moment with the sounds of glass cracking around you. Shattering, lots of almost like you're inside of a disco ball as all these shards of reality kind of fall and dissipate down around you guys. The storm darkness fades out slowly, and you are resting on the side of a little bit of a knoll on the moon base that still floats in the sky. You can see what allies are left in this battle around you guys. What's up? Jeff is downed. You can rush over and heal him up. You give him a little blast of a heal, CPR, and Jeff, oh, I saw the light. um, I saw the light. Um, my name, Jeff. And you see the faces of many of your allies here, though I will say that Davenport and Lady Death do not reappear. There were some losses in this battle. Old Captain Port and Lady Death herself fell in the line of duty. Bodies unrecovered. There is one extra form up here on the, what is it called? The campus grounds of the moon base. A humanoid. Fully like space pitch black, light stars floating on the skin, laying in the grass that you all come to surround. It is draped limply in a few pieces of confetti and other marks from the battle. One handkerchief drapes over its face. As the hunger lays here, staticking out. You see it, you know, pulsating in place, shifts between a few forms before coming back to this humanoid form. Um, a light whisper in the silence of the group as they stare down at this enemy that they have run from for so long, fight for so long, lost so much to, and in the end, as you look around at all of your allies gathered around here, most of which have made it through the battle, um, given something to, given purpose to, the existence of this hunger, you know, much of the group stands around lost in a little bit of reverie, like, you know, would you ever have left your planet in the first place? Would this adventure ever have been possible without a force to contend with the whole time? Um, and in the moment of silence, you hear the whisper that not many can place, but Korik can as John, the voice given to the hunger at some point. Almost like a breath on the wind, freedom at last you hear in your eardrums as the form statics out in front of you and disappears, the last pieces of confetti and handkerchief just dropping to the ground. um uh you know, I think at first things are quiet. The entire realm, quite literally, has been hit and struck in this combat. You can see the plumes of smoke going up all around the different countrysides, but as much as effort as it takes to put out those fires, you know that nothing is causing them anymore. And you breathe a sigh of relief as you look out over the world that you are finally, you know, I would say natives too. You haven't found, you know, your native home in over 100 years and find yourself now at a space that you can claim as your own. You have defended with your lives and with your allies' lives, um, and can claim it as a home, and you're just hungry. Why don't we spend a little bit of time doing like a post credit sequence? What does everyone get up to in the preceding months as the world is put back together? Um, let's start with Korik. Yeah. Unfortunately, there is no body. Do you need a body? Do you have access to that spell? Yeah, you can. Yeah, it'll bring like a skeleton all the way back to full living life, but unfortunately you don't even have like, yeah, there's not even a body that remains. Let's whip his ass again, boys. Bring him back and kick him, kick him to death a second time. Mmm. Mmm. Forms up around the poison. That's pretty crazy. Mm.
I have been diving into trying to control my poisonous form, and the Thorncraft with still being like a druid as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Even if it's like I'm not 50 feet tall, I might be 18 feet tall, but still have some abilities and some spells. I wanted to spend some time trying to learn into that and working with others to try to help me understand that. And so as I'm cooking this food, I kind of might be looking like partly plant monster-esque, but still
Finding ways to
myself.
exist partially in that
Yeah, kind of like diving into
space.
both realms, like not going
Yeah.
full blown everything, and maybe it would cost me 3 levels of spell slots. But, you know, um
Mm-hmm.
but my poison could still be there almost on any of the stuff I do. Like I could just like take an arrow, rub it on my arm and shoot it or something.
Yeah. Yeah. What does the next few months look like for Korik as this adventure fades and you're given some free time to come down again? You're not When we started this adventure, you were in charge of a delinquent that turned out to be, one of your most long-term allies. You were doing a job for the city of Verdansk or wherever that was.
I go back to my homeland and that's what I've been doing, trying to focus on trying to reconnect with elders, get into my wood elf beans, and like I'm saying, focus on cooking and trying to
Yeah.
find this mutual ground between my things. And like I was kind of hoping that we would like all getting back together eventually for like a big feast.
Yeah,
Like
I'd like
kind of
to
everybody
imagine
back
that we're
together.
talking about what we've done at that feast, right? Like a few
Right, like a
months
round
later.
table.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I I'd probably say with the like influence of those new magics, that like new druidic magic that you have been the catalyst of, that it's probably carved out a new part of like your woods that have a natural affect of these poisons. You've probably found ways to cultivate safely the silver point thorns to enhance that, maybe to make it more long term for you, but maybe safe for your village. Like maybe you've developed natural defenses to that. Moved up in the elderhood of your town, and really opened up, like I said, a new druidic school.
Yeah, and this has been like the first time I kind of returned home in a long ass time
Yeah.
since my parents died. So
Yeah. Fantastic. Fantastic.
All I can think of
Um,
is Korik going home, becoming a doctor, and somebody comes in to see him. Oh, you're sick? Rips off a mushroom. Eat this.
yeah, right. Tim, in the preceding months, you actually get a job offer, not one that you have to accept right away, but you and Luke get a job offer. One of you can accept it, both of you can accept it. The Raven Queen, goddess of death, is pretty open as to who her like reapers are, but recognizes your connection to Lady Death, and was sort of watchful from a state of like imprisonment in the hunger, but has offered a job duty to you, if the two of you are
Talk about
willing to
nepotism.
accept.
I am become death.
Yeah, destroyer of girls, man.
God, imagine
How did this-
dating somebody and you become death. That is a big nepotism.
where do
I
the
think I'll
scones fit in?
I think I'd
He-
want to do. I think I'd want to work with my partner Loop.
he-
So I think I would accept, but I'd want us to both accept. So yeah, I think I'll accept that job. And
Oh yeah, Loop is
train
so
to
excited
become.
to accept that job.
He bargained
Nice.
with the Raven Queen to make sure he gets an hour scone break every day.
Mm-hmm.
He gets a scone for every person he crosses over.
What does that job look like for Tim in the preceding months? What does Tim's life look like as he comes back to this feast a few months later to catch up with his friends?
I'd imagine I'd spend a lot of time training on how to actually be the Grim Reaper, because it's not just like taking people. So I would spend my time training for my job, like the most effective ways to help people cross over, or what what to
How would
do
that-
if somebody's not crossing over, like how to convince them to,
I
it's
hope
time to go.
Tim's scythe is literally one of those like bendable wands that when you let go just floops over.
I was thinking
Obviously, it's an
I was thinking a
umbrella.
party balloon. Like
Obviously, it's an umbrella.
Oh, that's great. Folds it up. That's awesome. Squeak, 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 squeak. I'm coming for you.
If they're very
Oh.
sad, he just takes out a blue ammo, folds it into a skull, and gives it to them.
It's probably a little bit of good cop, bad cop with you in Loop. I think you're probably more gentle in accepting souls over into the realm of death, and she might be the one to like kick down the doors and be like, "You're coming with death, motherfucker!" Blasting off spells and shit. While Tim is just like behind him, shaking her head.
he's holding the umbrella up to not get the blood splatter on him.
Yeah, right.
The umbrella's gone.
Right. All the soul splatter all over him. You two, in a rare break since starting this new job, find yourselves at peace with your friends once again. There's a little bit of a moment of silence for Davenport and for Lady Death here at this meal. Yee, what does stopping in look like for a god?
So he just kind of looks down at them at first, and then just throws like a piece of cloud at Buddha to make him look up. And as he does that iconic mime scene as he's just walking down steps, just like, yo, hey fuckers,
Yo.
what's up? And then he's gonna end it the same way he began it, and he's gonna steal everyone's wallet and then just walk away, back up the stairs miming.
Oh, give me an Arcana check. I'll give you an additional +1 from your time spent in godhood.
If you slip up, you're poisoned, bitch.
Good luck poisoning a god who can run faster than you.
No, my thorns. If you
He'll kill
like
you.
slip up and you hit my hand
He'll kill you.
or you hit my body, yeah.
God, the dice hate me. That is a 7.
We'll get back to what that means.
Plus, I wasn't gonna use. Plus, I wasn't gonna use magic anyway to steal the wallets. I was going back
Oh,
to my
no.
craft of.
What
by
is
hand,
these?
so I remember-
What has this past few months looked like for Yi?
He's gonna be, of course. The hunger dies. He's disappointed. He wanted to still torture the hunger a bit more.
Gross.
But he goes back down, kind of does his own routine of kind of stealing stuff and realizes it's kind of boring with godhood now. He can easily get away with it and hasn't found as much of a challenge. And so he kind of leaves the earth, tells Fred, hey, go deal with these idiotic friends of mine. They'll need your help still, even when I'm gone. And then he heads up to be with his god and go cause annoyance to other gods and try to steal their shit.
Yeah, I think that quite a bit of the training is a little bit more like torture, but in the time you progress quite a lot in your power, fully able to, summon and extend tentacles as you see fit. The god of tentacles and shadow. Jeff overtakes the cult, not in like a coup, but as like is given leadership of and runs now the cult of Yi, which is like a sub cult of Hadar, right? Like the blessings go up to both of you. Yeah, I think that the Bureau of Balance continues on protecting the world from larger threats, though none as possibly large as the hunger ever again. Lucretia's given a sigh of relief. Luke enjoys her new job. Carrie and Killian are given promotions at the Bureau. Angus comes on up. Is given a like magic researcher role. Everyone is doing well. There's a moment, sort of a screenshot, right, of everyone like laughing, having a good time, enjoying the cooking. Yi trying to sneak off in the background. And just a moment of peace and serenity in the post of over 100-year combat of chaos. And ye, as you ascend the stairs and find yourself back in your pocket dimension, you dig through the wallets and find that every single person carried a fake wallet on them during that event because they knew you were going to try to steal their wallets, and you stole all of their fake wallets. And I'll say that there's probably like little shards of a page in each wallet that can be taped back together to say something like, "We miss you, visit more often." And then in the corner of Corix, like a "fuck you, I'll find you" kind of thing.
Oh no, it's a copy of his original arrest record when I had him like the first time when it started. It's like his
Yeah.
original thing when he like it's his original file is folded up in that wallet
Love it. Love it.
with
Yeah.
like details of how to find me. So
And you three retire from this adventure forever changed, and really on the cusp of like the height of power in your world. Like even a normal elder coming up against you, right? Like you can say no to tyrants. You can say no to a tyrannical king and just make your voice be heard now. And that has to change life at some point. You end this at easily a level 20 character. The pinnacle of power for this realm. Jeff begins the cult mastery at a level 12. Yeah.
I feel like Jeff has the most stories out of like everybody told about him because he was level 4 when this happened.
Yeah, I mean, there are epitaphs written about Jeff. The Book of Jeff in your religion. The man who saved God. And that is where our story, 5 or so years in the making, comes to a conclusion.
Oh, that's great.
I'm actually leveling my character all the way up to 20 just to see what he looks like.
Just to have it, man.
Yeah.
Hey, for shits and giggles, I want to say Yi at the end of the dinner pulled out his deck of many things and drew his last random card.
What is it? Let's draw it.
That's the fun thing. That's the one you threw in there for.
Oh.
Because you were so pissed that I
Yeah,
didn't.
that all of them were good. Yeah.
Yeah. So you threw in a wild card in there because you didn't know. Because you got annoyed how I got every good
more
card.
chance. I wanted one more chance. Give me 1 second.
Oh shit! At the 18th level, I can cast any of my spells while I'm in wild shape as a druid.
Oh.
So that what I was saying without even realizing it is what fucking happens.
That's cool.
Fuck yeah.
Sorry, I have to like look through here. 1.
Oh, good.
2. 3. 4. 5. Roll a d6.
Will do.
As you draw out this black card surrounded by your friends.
Oh, d6, not 20. 1d. That is a nat 1 to end. I hope you fuckers know you're here too, so.
Okay, I'm gonna amend the end of that just a little bit. As you all sit around the table, laughing, smiling, having a good time. As time comes to a rest, you realize that the relaxful era is ahead of you. Yi pulls out a satin bag and draws the deck, and you all reminisce a brief moment over, oh my god, this is where Jeff came from. Haha. Yi shuffles it through until the black card is on top, using his godly powers to make it still active somehow. And draws it. He has the deck like down on the table, draws the card, and the moment he looks at the face of the card, there's a loud, just like the pop of a bubble, and he's gone. All of his, that's funny. All of his stuff, all of his items, the deck, his bag, fall like they were still on his form, just into a pile right where he was sitting. Yeah, including all the wallets, so you actually never get to find out that you didn't steal everyone's wallets.
Yeah.
Just a pile of wallets inside, and yeah, you've got nothing on you, literally, magically nothing on you, and you're gone.
Can we give all this stuff to Jeff?
Yeah, Jeff scoops it up. I'll find him. My name, or I'll
That's
find
not-
him, or my name, not Jeff. And
This whole time he can actually speak.
Well, he would have gave Jeff because he's becoming the head of the church. Would be able to
my
speak
God.
normally, but
What card was it that it made him disappear?
Yi, you wake up in a, you know, the position of the
wagon.
Vitruvian Man, where he's like arms outstretched, legs splayed, nude guy, just
Da
like
Vinci Code.
floating in space. Yeah. You wake up in this position, unable to move, floating in pure blackness of space.
Damn.
As the card in front of you guys falls onto the table, landing face up, you see the inscription of the Don John, which just puts someone in suspended animation in a extra dimensional sphere somewhere in the world. You can't be located by divination magic, but a wish spell can reveal the location of the prison. No more.
I'll be found eventually. Somebody will come to this pocket
They
dimension.
literally have to cast a wish spell just to find you. And that will only find you. It won't even take them to you.
Nope.
It will just
That'll
let them
be
know
fun.
where your prison is.
That's ironic. Started in prison, ended back in a different kind of prison.
I told y'all I was at the get where it began.
That's pretty
Adar's just
funny.
Damn. I can't
Face
get Wish.
bombing.
Sorry.
I don't think I can get wish either.
think
Hadar's
you
just looking
can.
down and just disappointed.
Oh
Maybe?
wait,
I don't
wizard gets wish.
Yeah, I'm a sorcerer. The wizard spell.
Well, they'll have to hire someone to find you one day. That'll be campaign 2. Jeff will get people together to like go save Yi. Their god is imprisoned.
God. Oh, I
I'd put
really.
that as a level 21 shot.
I'd be
Level
100% down
21
for
shot.
that. The quest for Yi.
Oh my goodness! I get to play 2 characters. I'd play Jeff and Yi.
Well, there's nothing to play in Yi because you're not escaping. You're technically not even awake. You're in a state of suspended animation. I'm just giving you a visual for it.
Yeah. No, but
yeah,
that's still
but you
funny.
would have to. Yeah. Yeah. So I
Hadar
guess
just
this
so
ends in a
disappointed
different
in what just happened.
image than we thought. Even Hadar cannot find you until she can figure out how to cast the wish spell.
I know. I just imagine Hadar watching down, seeing me blip out, and just go, "What did this
Smiling
fucker
and
do
nodding
this
like,
time?"
haha, he's
Yeah.
stealing all the... Where the fuck did he go?
I just imagine Buddha looking up at Hadar, just like, we don't know.
Oh, so instead, that
Oh my-
is the note our campaign ends on: is ye off into prison, and now we actually have the capability for a season 2. Is find the god.
Find the missing demigod.
Good job drawing that card at the last second. I love that.
I was like, you know what? I'll give him his piece of cake. I know he wanted me to draw a bad card.
It was a bad card no matter what, but it was one of 6 options, and I didn't want to pick out that option, so I made you roll.
What were the other options I had?
Oh, nope, not that.
Oh,
Most
Buddha, did
of
you know
them-
what you wanted for your packs?
I put it in chat. Rival
you?
TMNT.
Just close to this 1 second.
Oh, good.
You were on. Okay, so 1 was Donjon, 2 was the Flames, making yourself a powerful devil enemy. Lasts until either you or the devil dies. There was the Idiot, permanently reduced intelligence by an amount, and then it says you can draw an additional card, but there would be no point. Rogue, a non-player character, becomes hostile towards you. Identity of your new enemy isn't known until it's revealed. Nothing less than a wish spell can divine it, or can end it.
Colorless energy.
Again, it's just a narrative in post.
Really?
Ruin, all forms of wealth that you own other
Silver.
than magic items are lost to you. Portable property vanishes. Businesses,
Hippopotamus.
buildings are all gone, so you just lose all your wealth.
Team Rocket
Skull,
second.
summoning an avatar of death, which I had at the table,
Let's bring us to Ogre Pond.
to hunt you. Basically, Tim would have been given a new job that you would have been his next
To be fair,
quandary.
I've dodged the Raven Queen's grasp
Team Rocket's mimic you.
98 times.
Marnie's
Yeah.
Morgrim.
And including that
Hello.
time, yeah. And then number 6 was the Void, which
have one
is
of those
very similar
already.
to Donjon, except
Nice little illustration. Rare.
like I feel like the Void you are totally unconscious, but Donjon you're kind of conscious for. But in the case of the Void, your like it's your soul that's trapped and your body remains behind.
Okay.
Anyway, they're just lightly different, not that
the
crazy.
Team Rocket's fight ups.
The Void specifies that powerful beings guard it, but if we do any sort of one shot to get Yi out, there's no reason a powerful being wouldn't be guarding it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
No
That-
magic pet.
that was great, Em. Thank you for being our DM all these
Thank
times.
you. Yeah.
An easy
that-
alliance.
Yeah.
I'm super
Planning-
sad that it's ending, but
Round 2.
Zog. Triceratops on Castaway.
I mean, we're just
Return to
playing
the
new
series.
characters. That's really it. It's not
Yeah.
over.
That
Action
is,
used
but
to.
I feel like
Tunnel
this
Rat.
one was just such of a spur of the
Rolanoids.
moment campaign that it had more
Withering Cryptid.
impact, I feel like, because we
Hey,
just
brother,
got
Tom.
together one day and went, yeah, we'll do this.
Blue spell. Old
Yeah.
Hob Ellie Cat Blues. Ooh. Leonardo.
Now I'm going to be
Cutting
making
Edge.
most of it up on the fly if I don't
Asumi's
already have it down.
Technique. 2 rares.
Yeah, no, that's going to be
Mighty
fun.
Mutanimals.
And this is the earliest we've ever gotten done with
Mutant
D&D.
Town. And a
Yeah.
mutagen token.
Yeah, there definitely wasn't a ton left to do in that combat. Yeah.
I know you said your other group is recording sometimes on Tuesday. What do you know, like an official schedule for that, or
I'm out
no,
next week.
that's fine? I just want to
Yeah.
figure. I just wasn't sure if M had a like set in stone schedule for his other group doing the podcast
No, the
Tuesday or not.
past 3 weeks has been special events on all the Mondays, and so we've had to do it. Next week we're not meeting at all, but if we can't meet either, that is okay. Generally we don't meet on Tuesdays. It's just the backup day, and we've had like anniversaries and birthdays on Mondays the past 3 weeks, so that
That's
is
fine. I just
over.
wasn't sure.
After next week it should be back to normal Monday recordings, but it's always the backup.
Alright.
Yeah.
And Buddha, you said you're out next week.
Yeah, I have a super busy week. So
Okay, so 21st is out. That's fine.
That is okay. I'm still getting some stuff in order for these sheets. I'm like running mechanics in my head to try to get the right
Yeah.
thing. Because I imagine that we're gonna run D&D style combat. Um, I'm probably going. We can just chat a little bit about it if you guys want. We're
Yeah, I'm
probably
fine
gonna
chatting. It's early, so.
run combat a little closer to the way. I really enjoyed what I read a little bit about Daggerheart's combat system, um, which is Matt Mercer's like actual game. And that is that we never really roll for combat. Like we never roll for initiative. It is just that like it's a seamless transition. If you are in conversation and you decide you want to attack somebody, that is coming, right? They can make a perception check to see if if they notice that's coming, but then you just attack them and they respond in kind. And it isn't so much, it's much more of like what do we think narratively goes next. You're always responding to what is occurring rather than waiting for your turn. So at any point you could be like, oh, I have something for this moment, blah blah blah. I don't know all about it yet, so if I've misspoken on it, that is what stuck out to me, especially when we're playing in a system with speed, where Pokemon have speed, and that determines who goes first. That will be a relevant stat on sheets. And a lot of I think you as characters will have some sort of move set, even if that's just basic like D&D like abilities, or if they're like supplementary abilities to like give your Pokemon advantage on their next attack, or draw the focus from the battle if you want to be up in there protecting your Pokemon. It really just depends on your character build. I'm gonna give us some starting stuff of like where we come from. So like Yi will have some stuff based on the. I don't want to reveal anything until we're like revealing things,
No, I
but you
get
guys will have
you're
stuff.
doing it background based stuff.
Yeah, that'll be like your starting abilities, and then you'll all get like some bonuses on training. Level up will work a little differently than D&D, in that I'm going to narratively give you guys skills, but every level up will boost stats in some way. I'm directly going to relate your guys' stats to like a Pokemon stat number. So, like, physically, you will start off stronger probably than, like, a Bulbasaur. But something like a Kangaskhan would just beat your ass, head to head,
Well,
until
that's
you
my
boost those
question.
stats and can stand up against it.
Are race stats gonna be included in these stats, I guess? Because, like a Goliath, they're known to be wicked strong.
Yeah, I mean, did you add that to your strength score before you put it on the sheet?
No, I didn't, because
Okay.
you said you were making the sheets, so I just did my dice rolling.
Or before you put it. Okay, you just did your dice roll. Then I will.
can you send our sheets
Well,
back to us? Because I obviously
when
submitted
I
the
get
Google
there,
sheet
yes.
and don't.
Yeah.
All right.
For sure. I'm probably going to be running a little bit more of like the 2024 racial stuff, where it's less getting stat bonuses and more getting abilities.
I haven't looked into 2024 because every time I've played, it's always 5e, so I'd have to look into that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it is turning those stat bonuses into abilities, so they're not making like racial standpoints to stand on.
I getcha.
Yeah. Your strength works out in a lightly different way. Rather than just being stronger, it's like advantage on ending grapple, bigger carrying capacity. You can use your large form, which boosts your speed, etc., etc. So
right.
So
and then there's
I am available the
options, too.
28th. I'm available Tuesday the 28th, but then I'm not available until May 12th because we're on
The-
vacation the first week of May.
This is the shitty part.
So-
The entire month of May, I am out. I was dead serious about starting in June. I have the
Oh,
PGA
yeah.
tournament to plan for,
Oh.
and yeah.
If we want to push it to
Oh,
June and give
thanks.
them a bunch more time to figure out mechanics, I'm fine
Yeah.
with that.
I think that's good. It lets me like make out cool character sheets for this, and
And we can also question them on stuff we have with character sheets
Yeah.
when we get them.
100%. Yeah.
Maybe
Just to
we'll
talk
find a time
about
that we all can just get together and just talk shit over for an hour or so. I'll be down with
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
To inspire my cool combat mechanic will be that you'll need these stats. We're going to utilize the like stats of Pokemon. They're like natural. So like if you just look up Bulbasaur stats, we're going to look at this. Like I will look at this. I will say Bulbasaur has a HP of 45, an attack of 49, defense of 49, blah, 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 blah. I'm probably going to round up or down to the nearest 5 because that is how we'll be judging things. So like it would be HP 45, attack 50, defense 50. It's going to be a roll on like a D10. You're always looking for like a 5 or above to make a hit. But the attack of Bulbasaur, pretend it's at 50, right? Because we've done our rounding, is going to go against, say, let's just look up Squirtle. Going to go against the defense of Squirtle, which is a 65. So that's going to raise that. So you're going to need to hit like, I don't know the math based on what I've done, but like a 7 or above on the D10 in order to just make the hit without any other changes. Because Squirtle is more defensive. If you were to use a special attack move from Bulbasaur, it would work a little bit better. You'd have a higher bonus to those attacks because his special attack is a 65.
I was about to say, are we going to be dealing with stuff like special attack, special defense, stuff like that
Yes.
also? Okay.
Yes. That will be the target defense number versus the target attack number, or like what attack you're using. Anytime you use a special attack to hit something, they will use special defense to defend because they have to. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still on the fence about any form of initiative order, but I don't know if I want to roll initiative for battles. I think I might let it just be a raw speed base. That's how they do it in Call of Cthulhu. It's just like your speed number is put up. So say you're in a conversation and all of a sudden you want to like have your Pokemon attack, you give the order, and I would imagine probably in that case your Pokemon does the thing, and then we go into speed order. Whoever's fastest gets to go. HP, I'm not 100% on yet. It will probably be like ranges will give them different HP die. I'm still on the fence about HP, but I have a cool mechanical system worked out for like pluses and minuses based on these numbers here. Yeah, so it would be like, just as the example again, Bulbasaur's attack is 50. Squirtle's defense is 65. So I think rounding down on all cases, if we remove the 0, we're basically adding 5 or like adding 6 to the difficulty and then subtracting 5 because that's your hit. So basically that would turn the difficulty into having to roll a 6+ rather than a 5+ to hit. Just to cause damage. And then the ability you use, like Razor Leaf, will have a damage on the sheet already. You'll know, like, oh, when I use Razor Leaf right now, it is 2d6, and I can only use that X amount of times, which will be dependent on the move, always. It'll be versus long rests. Some could be short rest replenishes, like D&D. Yeah.
So each move is going to have a set amount of times they can use. You're not going like...
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. That'll be like your resource management. So like, because like you should be able to use Hydro Pump less times before you need a break than say Bubble, right? Because it's just raw stronger.
I was just trying to think, because I know in newer games, they just give you a 5-second cooldown timer before you can spam the move again.
Yeah, they've taken out the turn-based in the newer games, basically.
Yeah.
And we're
So I wasn't sure which kind of version we were doing for that.
I think that if we're running like a speed order of things, there's still a little bit of a turn-based mechanic. Well, I mean, there's still a full turn-based mechanic. It's just we're not like rolling for initiative when a combat starts because we have speeds.
Mhm.
Which is actually, now that we're at the end of that, not as close to Daggerheart that I read, but still, it's just a simple way to move forward. And then every time you guys, like, I've already translated, like, basically to translate your stats into Pokemon skill stats, we have, like, I am adding a 0 and then dividing by 2. So say you have a 16, your Pokemon skill stat for strength would be 80.
Okay.
Which puts you guys, again, above, that puts you at like second Evo, which I think is fine. If you're just like punching, like I think I could, not that I would, but I think that I could probably take a Bulbasaur in a fist fight. Whereas like I don't know that I could take a Venusaur in a fist fight.
So it's
You don't think you could take a 300-pound or however heavy a Venusaur
what,
is?
you don't want to fight the choke? You don't think you could fight the choke?
No.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. All right, guys.
don't.
I'm gonna call it. Thank you for a great,
Yeah,
amazing 5 years.
Yeah, no.
Thank you guys. This was so
GGs.
much fun.
This was great.
So,
Next
and
campaign starts next time.
I added Storm of Vengeance for a 9th level spell, which has a radius of a mile.
Ooh, that's cool. You can
My
sort
favorite,
of
I think,
summon that
my favorite
hunger
moment in the
storm.
campaign, I gotta say, I have to give it to when we did the one-off for Halloween on the mace, and it became such a big part of the actual story.
Oh yeah, that was fully expected to be a nothing episode.
I think my favorite was when I touched the wall of the cave, and that started my transformation for poison and your and whatnot. When I was like, oh, I wonder what this is. Touch. It's like ADD moment. Poke.
Yeah.
And it kind of led me down this path, and kind of really like my character. And I was like reading it and whatnot of like what my feats are and shit now. And 18 and 20, I'm full fucking wild shape form, and whenever the fuck I want, I can transform at will and use all my fucking spells in wild shape. So
Yeah.
if we do a one-off, I am terrified the creatures you come up with.
So
Well,
I don't know
it has to be-
that.
It'd still have to be plausible for level 12 Jeff.
I think that it makes most sense for this to be like Jeff sends out some acolytes to save ye kind of thing. Because I just don't know. I don't know how to run I don't know how to fight those things. Not that I couldn't figure it out, but I currently just don't know how to fight like a level 20 character, you know? How to make that fun.
No, that's fair.
I guess I just did, but we can't have every combat take 4 sessions.
No.
You know? If the guards out front take more than a session, we got problems.
If the guards out front can one-hit a character, you got a problem.
Jeff walks up and dies, and then that summons all of us.
Ye is so trapped. All right, guys.
It'll get out eventually.
Good campaign, y'all.
Yeah, again, thank you for everything, Em. You were a great DM.
Of course. Thanks you
for the
so
scones.
much. Yeah, can't wait for round 2. See you guys soon.
See you soon. Bye everyone.
As for everyone else, thanks for joining in for a good campaign. That's really it. That's the whole campaign. Where's this? Do I have a thing you can see me on? No, it's not going to. Anyway, I appreciate you guys coming to join. You can't hear me, or you can't see me, but you can hear me. Good session. Good campaign. 5 years running, and we finished it up. Thanks, everyone, for being a part of this. Really excited to start the second one. Yeah. that's really that. Love you guys. We'll see you around in the coming future. Bye now.